soon. The teal as well might be the next person to die. Not able to beat this one of everything strategy, but the mangonel will be a good counter unit here. I think teal's just very, very far behind in population, and red, an absolute monster. I think this game might boil down to red and yellow fighting each other in the end. Yellow says, orange, I'm coming for you now. Uh-oh. Monk, I need a monk. Alright, Linus says, what's the best strategy if you're going for Fast Imperial Age? Usually if you're going for Fast Imperial Age, Linus, great question by the way, it's usually to try and take advantage of something that you can only have access to in the Imperial Age, like our good Lord and Savior, Mr. Gunpowder. Fast Imperial Age strategy is most common on a civilization like the Turks, for example, or at least that's one of the ones that they're most known for, because the Turks get free chemistry, so once you get to the Imperial, they also get faster gold mining. So you can use the gold mining to like buy food at the market, for example, to advance a little bit faster. And with the free chemistry, you don't have to wait. Chemistry takes forever. So the moment you get to the Imperial Age, you can just start spamming hand cannoneers, which are much stronger for the Turks. They have extra HP, and yeah, you can start spamming bombard cannons. So usually that's what we see from a fast imp, is some sort of play involving the gunpowder units. Mayans can actually do that too. So until they get nerfed, that's actually going to be something that's very, very strong for them. And then, yes, teal down for the count. So teal and green are out of the game. Purple going to claim his first victim. Game Video says, what do you think of the Saracen's market bonus? I actually think it's quite strong. It's not as good as the other eco bonuses that we see in Age of Empires 2. In general, it's like very good in the late game, but it's not as strong early game. And that's why the Saracens aren't considered to be a powerhouse on, open land maps that are difficult to defend, because you're not always going to have a market in the early game. Sometimes you just won't be able to afford to. And you can see that in like expert games where they tend to be very aggressive with things like scouts and whatnot, and players just don't generally get a market early enough to take advantage of it, but it is incredibly strong in the late game. The chat's moving too fast, so I will miss a couple people's messages. Red's base is A-okay. He's just doing all sorts of trading here. He's got a very, very well-defended base. I like all these castles positioned ever so nicely. I think orange might be our next victim to the monk menace. I wonder what population yellow is actually at. Let's swap to Gray's perspective here before he ends up kicking the bucket, but I do believe that Gray is out of the game. This is actually a very, very, very fast game, and it's going to boil down to, I think, some series of betrayals here. I think it's time for these players to start thinking in the long run. Red and yellow know they're going to have to fight each other eventually, so it's all about squeezing out as much value as you can before they inevitably have to fight. Can one of them turn the rest of these players onto each other? Like, basically, it's actually going to be purple is going to be a very, very big point of contention this game. So I would like to see them both, kissing up to... I'd like to see them all kiss up to purple, and perhaps use him as a way to try and take down red, give him that advantage. So I would like to see yellow and purple team up perhaps to take down red, or red and yellow team up to take down purple. Gray and orange are dying very, very, very soon. And I really like that yellow has been so aggressive with this trade in the meantime. Again, he's just trying to get out as much gold as he can before they inevitably have to fight each other. Although he might have spent enough gold on these trade cards that if, once the alliance is changed, then he's going to lose all those trade cards, so that will be pretty bad. This is turning out to be one hell of a fast game, so... It turns out that all you need is Robin Hood and Friar Tuck to speed it up a little bit. Sagom asks, commentate a game where multiple players play one color. It's so messy and fun. I'd love to, but it's basically just a 1v1. Basically just a 1v1 at that point. Ah, yes. Poor purple, sandwiched in the middle. Oh, man. I wonder what yellow's population is, considering he's converted so many units. He's actually not at max population yet, but look at how much gold he has. Yellow can keep this up all day. Alright, so red, I hope red has been saving his gold, because he's going to need a crap load of Eagle Warriors if he wants to win the game. Alright, purple and red, gonna stick together. Kill the yellow god. Actually, now's their chance, because yellow's army is incredibly immobile. It's all the way across the map. So if like red and purple decide to turn on him, once yellow loses all of his trade to those castles, which looks like that's what's happening right now, red, of course, farming some kills. I love it. Get that score lead. Yeah, I mean, yellow's going to have a really hard time defending himself because his army is in no man's land. No man's land at all. He's not ready for this betrayal. And if these guys make some sort of monk counters, perhaps some garbage units like skirmishers that they don't mind being converted, or like lots of light cavalry and eagle warriors that resist conversion, then that's going to be really, really strong here. I like that orange and gray haven't quit yet. At least gray is down but not out. If I was gray, like, I keep building into the corner like he's doing. Try and use this as leverage. See if you can secure an alliance with red or something to take down yellow. It's not about winning, it's about trying as long as you can to survive. Hello, Sanatorium. Welcome to the stream. Redo asks, what happened to All You Need Is Love? I mean, yeah, all you need is love, man. And that's why I'm saying that Gray needs to make some friends here. He needs to try and make some last-minute friends. Perhaps he can pull a win out of his ass, and maybe he'll get the honor of being the last player that gets destroyed. I don't know if he can actually win this game, but he can give it his best shot. Who knows? Or maybe he can secure an alliance with everybody else, and they can all turn on the two powerhouses. Latexes think purple is going to be yellow soon. Indeed, I feel like purple and red should be able to take down yellow, only because yellow's army is so far over here. Yellow should pull all of his guys back. I'm telling you, yellow and gray, pull. All right, yellow, orange, and gray. It's time. It's time to set aside your differences. Yellow was just kidding about the whole hostile takeover thing. He was just kidding, and I think that these guys, he should stop converting all these units. There's no point. There's no point in killing these guys, because I think that yellow will not be able to defend this without the help of gray and orange. Now, I know that orange is basically 90% dead, but gray is not completely dead. And I'm telling you, he can, like, retreat this army. I mean, they probably won't make it back in time, which is what he's probably thinking, because this army is so slow. Yellow will just have so much difficulty defending this if he doesn't actually secure an alliance. He's 2v1 right now. The population discrepancy is going to be massive. I will check Red's resources. Thank you for the reminder. Red is very, very rich. I meant to do this a little bit earlier. Thing is that red should still be able to trade with purple in the meantime, and yellow is actually not even going to defend his base at all. This is the look of a man who gives no fucks. He has almost 7,000 gold in the bank, and that's all yellow needs. He doesn't need an economy. He's just going to jack yours. With a huge army of siege rams, like, look, his food count's not even going up at all. Yeah, I guess he's just going straight for the purple throats. This sucks. Purple didn't realize this. He had no idea. He was not banking on yellow being this absolutely batshit crazy. Yellow's not defending his own base at all. All he needs are monasteries. These things are just useless pawns in his long game. Does purple have any farmers? I really feel like purple has no farmers at all. He's almost no villagers, actually. Oh my god, he's just all monks. 90 monks. And honestly, he has enough resources as long as he has enough houses that he can just continue this. Purple needs to pull his army back right now, and he's doing it. Poor purple did not bank on yellow not defending his own base, and meanwhile, yellow just soloing everybody with all of these monks and siege rams. This is actually glorious. Unicorns for Life should change his name to Monks for Life. Man, I need to make some more monks. This is great. Look at the health on these guys. 80 HP with that good old Aztec bonus. This is strong. Strong, 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 strong. But I'm telling you, if they just had, like, some siege weapons here, because Red loves his plumed archers, he'll need some siege rams or something, or maybe some elite eagle warriors to tear through this. It's going to take forever to actually clear this base out. Remove all that production. Meanwhile, yellow making a desperate stand here. Purple going to try and attack with some villagers here. Oh my goodness. All's fair in love and war, I suppose. Yellow trying to get as many conversions as he can, but I mean, I guess the villagers are one way to deal with this because no one wants to convert them. Yellow might lose his entire army here. In the meantime, I would say that yellow should probably still be making more villagers. He's creating a diversion here. Because I don't know if this will be enough money to actually defeat Red in the long run. Red has so much stuff stockpile. All of these monks are going to go down. The elite plumed archers are actually a reasonably good answer to those monks, and as a result, yellow going to lose his entire army. Oh man! Meanwhile, purple's still slowly tearing through yellow's base. Yellow, completely uncontested, just destroying gray, and gray gonna make the mass exodus all the way over here. Can gray secure an alliance with somebody? That is the question. I'm gonna swap over to Giant Apple's perspective. He's actually not that low on population despite sustaining massive losses. He's very, very, very low on wood. And right now it looks like he's allied with only purple. That's not gonna be good enough in the long run. I think it's time to start kissing some of that red or yellow ass. Preferably yellow ass. I don't exactly know what's going on here. I feel like yellow's gone mad with power. And he must be stopped. The insane dictator here with all of his monks. A new religious order. I don't know. I feel like yellow, gray, and orange should be working together to take down purple and red. I feel like it's time to set aside their differences. They've had their fun. I don't know if yellow can defend this without any help, but you know, he's still hell-bent on world domination, and honestly, it looks like he's doing okay. Those are a lot of plumed archers. But I think yellow will be able to clean up the remaining troops in his own base at least, while purple tries to rebuild. Purple lost almost everything here, actually. He's going to have to rebuild his entire base from scratch. And poor gray going to get housed because he's running out of buildings to lose. And yellow's monks are just invincible, constantly being able to heal each other. The only thing these monks are missing is the ability to repair siege rams by healing them. Wait, Wait, what was that noise? That sounded like a farting trumpet for a minute. I went to get a sip of water, and... well, they really did break the sounds of African Kingdoms. What was that? I just heard that again. What? Wait. Are you guys hearing that? I think Age of Empires 2 is having a stroke. Oh my god, I've never heard that before. It's like... the attack sound has just become a sad clown on a trumpet. It's like someone's farting into my trombone. What was that? That's not the epic attack sound that I hear in like the background throughout the entire day, just echoing in my ears because I hear it so often. I don't know what that was. Yellow, of course, he loves his light cavalry, just converting them en masse, showing us that there is truly no counter to this army of monks. But I do think that Yellow will be able to get attrition down here. Like, I really... like, Yellow's gonna need some money, right? Like, Gray can just keep throwing hussars at him till the end of time, and oh no, but Gray has no economy, so... perhaps this victory will be short-lived. I think Yellow's reign of terror is over. I think he's overextended, but I would say that it was a successful one for Yellow. He's gonna go down in history as one of history's greatest, most insane evil dictators of all time. But no king may rule forever. Well, I say that, but he's actually still winning this fight on the right side of the map, but... winning this fight, what for, is the question, because Yellow is running out of his own base. He has some villagers over here, and I guess Yellow firmly believes that you don't need an economy, you just need a mining camp and houses, so... until he runs out of wood to keep building houses, Yellow's gonna keep up the fight and just, you know, resume mop production over here. He hasn't gathered food in like 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, perhaps what Gray should be doing is actually massing up some of his hussars first before actually sending them in. I think I missed someone's question about, what has changed since African Kingdoms was released. We have 4 new civilizations: the Berbers, the Ethiopians, the Malians, and the Portuguese. I'll have some links to these in the video descriptions below, but I have a detailed civilization overview for each of the new civs if you wanted to watch that and get up to date with what's new in Aoe2. And at some point soon I would like to do a video, like a balanced discussion video, and Zero Empires has a video as well on the changes, but we've had some changes since those. But yeah, we got some new civs, new maps, and the Forgotten Civs have all been buffed, so they're a little bit more along the lines of basically everybody else. They're all quite balanced now, I'd say. Yeah, it's the first few seconds or milliseconds of the attack sound and the monk sound at the same time. Yeah, it's because sounds right now. There was a bug when African Kingdoms was released, and yet it was still released anyway. Those rushed release dates, man. Where, you know, the same sound couldn't play at the same time, so they completely broke all the sounds. Not only is everything a lot quieter in the volume mixer, which is why I had to turn everything up, and it's still really quiet. In fact, I can still barely hear the music despite it being this high. I haven't changed my volume settings, I just had to triple the sound. A lot of people would report that there was no sound in HD, but actually you just had to amp your volume up to like 3000%. And yeah, we couldn't hear the same sound playing at the same time. You could only play one sound at a time, basically. Which was terrible, and it made the game, you know, really, really difficult to play. So they fixed it, and now sometimes, you know, when you garrison a bunch of units inside something, that sound plays like 20 times as loud, and sometimes you get the farting attack noise. So, nice! Fix one bug, add a new one! But development is hard, and part of the reason why HD is, in its current state, a little bit buggy and unstable, which hopefully gets fixed soon, as the developers have had a good track record of cleaning up the messes after they're created. I think a huge reason why is just incredibly rushed release dates. Like, the deadlines have been a little bit ridiculous for HD. I feel like just the content just comes out a little bit too fast. And I would much rather wait a really long time to get something as awesome as African Kingdoms if it means that the attack sound isn't just a farting trumpet. Alrighty, so we see the monk army moving forward here, and well, Red's gonna have to defend against this, but I really do feel like Red will be able to defend against this just fine. And he's got a lot of resources in the bank. That's a ridiculous amount of them. He has so much wood, so much food, and so much gold. He'll be able to keep this up for a very, very long time, and really Yellow just has no infrastructure at all. Well, it looks like, though, Purple is going to try and turn on Red. I don't think really that... okay, like, I don't know. Purple and Yellow want to team up with each other right now, and I think that's incredibly cute. But will they be able to kill Red? I feel like Purple will just die here, actually. Well, actually, no, Purple's only with Gray. So as a power play for the late game, I'm not really convinced that this will necessarily work out, but I guess Red's attention, his attention is heavily divided. He has to defend against this incoming monk army, so maybe Purple will be the thorn in his side. Maybe Purple will be able to do enough here. But Purple has no gold of any description. Most of his economy is all idle villagers. He has very, very few. You're going to want at least 100 villagers every single game. So, yeah, I feel like he should definitely be improving his economy a little bit if he wants to come out on top here. Well, here comes the red defensive siege rams, which won't necessarily be enough to go take down these elite skirmishers, and, well, he does have enough plumed archers, though. I think he'll be able to clean this up. Really, I just think that Purple turning on Red, I mean, he's going to have to eventually. They're both going to have to fight each other eventually. It might have been a little premature, I guess, as Purple hasn't actually secured... Okay, I guess Purple did just secure an alliance with Yellow, but I think he's just going to die as a result of this. Purple has no answer to these siege rams, no answer to these plumed archers, and I think he's going to die, unfortunately. There are a bunch of red plumed archers as well coming in from the south side of the map, which were, of course, at Yellow's base earlier. And really, Purple just never recovered from Yellow's initial attack. He never really rebuilt his base or his economy. You can see here all the dead farmland. You have to replace that. And this is something that is incredibly difficult to do in AoE, and I think a lot of players definitely struggle with, is when they fall behind in a game, they never really rebuild their lost economy. You know, when they lose all those villages, lose all those town centers, mills, and everything, they just kind of build up a military and continue playing. And really, that's just not going to be good enough. You are going to have to replace your economy if you want to survive in the late game. And I think the Purple's Betrayal here gonna be one of the least effective ones I've seen. It was cute. I understand why Purple did it, because he knows that he's going to have to kill Red eventually, and he felt like Yellow was significantly weak enough that he had to take a risk. But I only would have turned on Red once Yellow's army was like in my base ready to back me up. Because in this case, you know, while they're on the same team, Yellow's basically just using this as diversion, as a excuse to just push in here and clean up everything while Red's army is in the wrong location. There's nothing to defend Purple, so Purple doesn't really gain much from this alliance. It's sort of an alliance in name only, and Yellow's the only one that wins. Oh yeah, what about Orange, everybody is asking. So we go to the Dark Wolf Rises. He's not dead yet. Everybody forgets about the underdog, man. The underdog. Look at him. He's building back his economy. That's my man. Look, he only has two military units, which is exactly how you should do it when you're like super far behind, because you're not going to be able to sustain military production for very long. You're going to want to build up your economy back first if you can afford to, ideally. So yeah, Orange already almost up to 100 villagers. As soon as he finishes those houses, which we will be able to build faster thanks to the Spanish building bonus, then yeah, I mean, he's back in this game. He's just spamming out the villagers. He'll be able to build a military, and perhaps he's actually going to be a point of contention this game. Gray, of course, eliminated. Nowhere else to run, unfortunately, for him. And Yellow moving in here for the killing blow on Red. I think Purple's basically dead. I don't know if he has any villagers at all. All right, he's got one. That's good enough. It's a start. It's all you need. Thank you, Robo, for the sub. Much appreciated. The Underwolf, yes. Oh, man. It looks like poor Red is about to get bombarded with all of these siege rams, and well, rams do have an attack bonus versus each other. Rancor will not be able to reinforce in time, so well, he's got one siege ram up here, a couple of villagers being pulled off the line, which is decent since these guys are basically immune to any sort of range damage. What you want to do here is, of course, just try and use melee units to do melee damage, or just other siege weapons to try and deal with this. And Yellow will be able to take down that castle, and every piece of stone is finite, especially in this free-for-all situation. I can't help but shake the feeling that Yellow might not be able to win this fight, even with this many monks, because he's not going to be able to get enough conversions in time. He's probably going to want to get some degree of onagers or something like that to reinforce this, but Yellow's finally out of cash. I really feel like Yellow's having too much fun this game. He needs to make more villagers. So you guys can hear that like super loud, not enough faith for the conversion sound. Yeah, Yellow, unfortunately, just can't deal with these mass, cheap, ranged units, and I like the Mangonel choice here from our red Mayans player. Oh man, poor Yellow, he's got no money left. He just has some gold miners, he has some stolen hussars, and oh my god. Red has managed to kill Purple. That was loud. He's killed Purple. Yellow's running out of guys, although, Red's still gonna have some trouble dealing with these siege rams. This is going to be a slow, bloody fight where Red will come out on top. These monks might be able to heal each other, but really it's inconsequential. Yellow will just not be able to get off enough conversions, and he's got no money in the bank at all. He was not playing for the late game. Where's our Aztec stables? I don't know. Yellow's going to have to make something in addition to just monks, but I'm sure he's having enough fun that he wants to make just monks this game. All right, it's time for Orange to join forces with everybody else. Is Orange on the same team? No, Orange is an enemy with Yellow. I think it's time that they negotiate an alliance. Orange, still in this game. He might have a lower score than Purple, but Purple has... Ain't that a population? Yeah, Purple's going to start out from scratch. Back to the Dark Ages. 1 hour and 19 minutes in, the perfect time to build up yet again from the start. Yellow asking Purple for resources. What a bizarre, stupid world we live in. I never thought the day would come. Will you ever? No one's ever done this in the history of Aoe2. No one has ever asked this guy for resources. Oh my god, when you're relying on a base this tiny for money, you're in some deep shit. Purple actually does have some money in the bank, but he's at a whopping 8 out of 5 population. When you have to ask for a loan from the empire that has only 8 population and only 1 house, actually no houses at all, that's a little bit unfortunate. Asking for a loan from a guy who has no market. Oh, poor Purple. Alright, so Purple will be slinging, of course, from 8 population to Yellow, because Yellow just forgot to build an economy, having a little bit too much fun. Red moving in for the kill. Can Orange possibly win this game, I wonder? Yeah, it's basically going to boil down to Orange versus Red. If Orange can secure some strategic alliances here, he might be in a very, very good position. He's up to 159 out of 180 population, so remarkably good combat, but I think it's time for the Lone Wolf to team up with somebody else and stop fighting everybody. Oh, some onagers will be really, really important here, and it's good on him to actually have some, so he will be able to clear this out. And if he actually brings these onagers forward, he should probably attack with all of his units at the same time. Suiciding these light cavalry will mean that Red will be able to actually focus fire down those onagers first if there's nothing in front of them to punish him for doing so. So I would like to see these onagers being moved in as well. Lots of counter units, I like this. Orange also throwing in some elite skirmishers, and... well... Purple, okay, if Purple wants to stay in this game, he's going to need to make like 5 town centers right now and keep building villagers. But really, Purple's basically out of the game. So we got 3 players left. We have Orange, Yellow, and Red. And really, like, Yellow is actually pretty dead too. And no, Teal is actually dead, McKay. Oh man, Orange has to engage with all these guys at the same time. He's also going to need something to deal with these siege rams too, which thankfully at least he has some hussars and onagers for that. But if he loses all those, then these siege rams are just gonna tear right through him. Cut right through him like a knife through butter. Well, Yellow's rebuilding his monk army slow and steady, still refuses to gather anything but gold. We'll see if the mono gold approach will actually work, and oh my goodness, it looks like Purple and Orange, the powerhouses, the juggernauts, going to form the strongest alliance I've ever seen in the history of Age of Empires 2. Purple and Orange on the same team. Combined, they have a grand total of like 150 population. But, I don't know. I mean, Orange is looking... Orange is in this game. Orange has an economy. So, if he clears out this army, that'll be very, very good for him. He just needs to mass up his troops a little bit more before he engages. Ah, yes, Purple. I like that Purple has lasted this long. We were talking about this before the game, but... you know, Orange might seem like the underdog, but really it was Purple. He's very, very new to this game, and he had an incredibly rough start. But he's still in this. He's an instrumental player. Down but not out. Trying to be the negotiator here, mediate between the sides. He's trying to ally with everybody, actually. If he can ally with Yellow as well, and they can all turn on Red, then maybe Orange would actually win this game. Which I would not have seen coming. If anyone asked me how this game would have ended, I would have never believed that it could have gone on this long and that Orange might be in a position to win the game, but he honestly might be able to. Welcome to the stream, call me! Well, Steel, it depends a little bit on the map and the situation, but there are, you know, the Koreans have a particularly strong early game, but like the Civs with the strong, the strong late game, the Koreans do. But Civs with the strong late game generally carry a lot of meaningful drawbacks, like the Koreans have an incredibly slow early game. There are a lot of Civs with the strong late game, but they're strong late games in different ways. Like the Turks have a strong late game if you have a lot of gold, because a lot of their units are very, very gold heavy. They don't have any strong units besides the Hussar that don't cost gold. And then we have, the Koreans have very, very strong late game with the, the war wagons, the siege onagers, the gunpowder, the range units, the champions, etc. And then we have like the Persians, or perhaps war elephant spam, for example, paladin spam. Wide variety of things that can be very, very strong in the late game. But the Korean death ball is something to be feared for sure. Also, bombard towers from the Turks are really, really obnoxious. Spanish trade bonus is also very, very strong. So there are a lot of factors. Thanks, Stay Fan. Glad to hear it, and welcome to the stream. Hello, Flapjack, as well. Good to have all of you. Oh my goodness. Well, Orange has never had so much pop as now. Yes! Yes! We've done it! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've assembled the A-team. That's one horny onager if I've ever seen one. Oh my god, calm down. I never actually set my stream to 18+, but I might have to after this. Oh, Skybox Labs never change. I'm just gonna leave it on loop there for the rest of the game. That's the only important thing. Oh my god. Control yourself! Alright, so it looks like yellow, orange, and purple are all on the same team. Can they all take down red together? The answer is maybe, as red has, like, no farmers left whatsoever. Everybody just neglecting their economy. Red just sending his villagers en masse across the map, making nothing but these plumed archers. I think it's about time that he shifts into something else. If he makes Eagle Warriors, that cleans up every single unit here. Eagle Warriors will be able to beat the Hussars one-on-one. They will be able to beat the Elite Skirmishers and the Onagers with ease. It's all about counter units in the late game. In the early game, it's about building like units that are strong for your civilization and good for the specific situation. And then in the late game, you're really going to want to focus on having a well-balanced army. Building unit counters, in this case, a group of Eagle Warriors would be devastating, would destroy everything Orange has. Once you've baited Orange into making an army that counters your elite plumed archers, you pull a 180, and you clean them up. Purple should really make another town center. Oh, you should really make another one. And Orange successfully defends this. Could Red lose this game? This is shaping up to be... I would, of course, love to hear what you guys think on which one the best free-for-all is that I've done so far, and if you have anything else that you would like me to spectate, but, if you have any sort of suggestions for just Age of Empires videos or just videos in general for other games, I'd love to hear your suggestions. I think that so far out of all the free-for-alls, I've liked this one the most, since this one has had the most action and in theory will end in a very, very epic manner with a lot of twists. Because the King of the Hill one, well, I shouldn't spoil all of them. I guess I shouldn't spoil them in case you watch them, because if you enjoyed this one, you'll probably like all the other videos that I've done too. Got them all on YouTube, but I think that this one, perhaps we're getting to a better type of settings here. So I'd like to do something similar to this. Well, Red perhaps a little bit overextended. I don't think that this push will be successful. That's one very, very aggressive forward lumber camp. I don't think that will last, and Red's really just running low in the population department. I think Orange is the highest population in the game right now. These plumed archers moving in here, trying to focus down this onagers, which is good. He will be able to kill them all, but he'll sustain some losses here. Actually, Orange does need to... Whoa! Calm down. Oh god, the Parkinson's skirmishers there. That was weird. That's some crazy stutter-stepping micro. I haven't seen that since Dota. By the gods. Still though, it looks like Red will lose all of his plumed archers here, as expected. Those siege rams will be able to probably take down a house or something like that, but yeah, Red might stand to lose this game. And then after Red is out, then it's basically going to boil down to hopefully Yellow and Orange fight each other, and then Purple is the final player remaining. What would be great, the only thing that can make this game better is if Yellow and Orange actually kill each other in an epic fight, and they both resign, and Purple somehow wins. Oh, man. These siege rams putting in some work, but they will eventually die to those onagers. They will eventually die to those elite skirmishers, and I really like that Orange is being conservative with his gold by making trash units whenever possible, the units that don't cost gold. So since this villager isn't dead, is Purple actually on the same team with Red again? Did they kiss and make up? No, they didn't. I guess he's just lost. Ooh, those are a lot of monks. Oh my god! Will Yellow be able to land the onager shot? Yes, he can! Oh, god, that's disgusting. That reminds me of the image that someone posted on the Aoe2 subreddit. Was that? I don't think it was Zero Empires who posted it, but it was from one of Zero Empires' videos, with the onager shot killing all the elite Mangadai. I mean, that was basically just as cathartic as that one was. There are a few things in Age of Empires 2 that feel as satisfying and as good as a onager shot like that. Wow. That's why I love onagers so much. I like playing the value game, and really Onagers are the king of 2-for-1s. Or in this case, I guess, 0 for like 40. Yeah, it's a great comeback mechanic, of course, because, you know, you don't want to be fighting your opponent with unequal numbers, so Onagers are a great way to sort of even that out, and boom! Siege Rams will one-shot those Onagers. I am Unicorn desperately trying to micro his Onagers, but unipathing is one hell of a drug. God, these Onagers pathing right into the Siege Rams. Rancor on a rampage. Yellow doesn't know what to do with his Onagers. He's running away, trying his best to micro, and it's doing nothing at all. Those Siege Rams in hot pursuit. You cannot convert them. Yeah, I know, right, Megadide? Oh my goodness. Hello, Phosmo Official. Good to see ya. God, that is devastating. Still, though, Red gonna give up the chase. It looks like he's dropped aggro, walked out of leash range. Thank you, Catharsis, for the resub. Much appreciated. 2-month anniversary, and oh. So Purple has a lot of elite skirmishers, but you know what they don't do? They don't deal with Siege Rams very well. Rancor's so confident he's bringing almost entirely just Siege Rams, and Red's gonna try and take Purple out of the game for good. He's had it up to here, and I think this might be the end of Purple, but I would say that Purple had one hell of a run. Look at this military, but it won't be enough to take out those Siege Rams. They're so resistant to those elite skirmisher javelin shots. Purple gonna pull everything off the line, and he might actually be able to defend against this, provided that Red doesn't pull in his plumed archers and try and focus fire down those villagers. Thank you, Phosmo Official, for the resub as well. 5 months. Much appreciated. Makes all the work I put in worthwhile, guys. Doing something like this is honestly really exhausting. Purple's alive, but perhaps not for too long. He has to be able to protect his villagers here. If he can take out the Siege Rams, I think Purple actually won an engagement. He actually won a battle versus Red. Incredible! He will be able to take down that Siege Ram, and with that, Red's aspirations of world domination might end, or I say that, but actually without any blacksmith upgrades on these elite skirmishers, and they don't have bracer because they're the crappy Frank elite skirmishers. Actually, Red did win that battle, barely. Wow, blacksmith upgrades are super duper important. God, without padded archer armor or anything, these elite plumed archers are just too strong. Still though, these Siege Rams might die before Red has a chance to kill all those villagers, so... Well, Purple down but not out, but no, he's basically down. Meanwhile, Yellow moving in for the kill, still refusing to make any actual military units besides monks, but I do like that he threw in a few Onagers. Oh my god, the Mangonel snipe from the back! Rancor with his Mangonels, taking down those Onagers, and as a result, Yellow's gonna get cleaned up. Oh my god! Red also finally making elite Eagle Warriors. That might be the final nail in the coffin. I really like that Yellow brought in a couple Onagers because it's the only way that he can deal with these Siege Rams and these elite plumed archers reliably. And then he just gets sniped from the back, a flank from those enemy Mangonels. And now, Red coming in here for the kill. I am Unicorn, running out of monks. He will not be able to convert this army in time, or will he, actually? Or will he? No, I still don't think so. These elite Eagle Warriors are just too strong. They're a lot stronger than light cavalry. Look at the combat stats in these, and honestly, like, I don't think Yellow was really prepared for this. The only way to deal with this would be some champions or something like that, and... Oh man, Yellow spent so long building up that army, actually soliciting donations from Purple, who has like 10 population right now. Ah, all for nothing! Now, the shoe's on the other foot. Now all Yellow has is food and nothing else, and... Well, that's not good enough for the monks, unfortunately. They need money! They need lots of money. And with those Eagle Warriors, perhaps that's all Red needs to win the game. But he still has to take down Orange. Elite Eagle Warriors will be the solution, though, to all of Orange's army, and Orange is going to have to do something to weaken Red. Well, Orange still looking powerful, but he has to make a power play, though, if he wants to win. He has to somehow weaken Red, because otherwise, Red will be able to finish Yellow on his own, and... Well, Purple has another town center in a dock, but will that be enough? Not entirely sure. Yeah, I think Yellow's just having fun with the monks. I admire that, but Yellow is correct. You can't just play offensive. Orange, if you want to win this game, it is time to back up Yellow. They should have attacked at the same time, actually. Then I think they would have won the game. Yeah, they really should have. See, sitting in the corner only works if it's no allied victory. Well, okay, if teams are locked and it's a free-for-all, so you can't form alliances. And in this case, you can form alliances, so the only way that Orange can win this game, he cannot beat Red in a one-on-one, probably. So his best hopes at winning the game is that they take Red out of the game, and then he beats Yellow in a one-on-one. So I really feel like Orange is, I don't know what he's doing. Orange, Green has been out of the game for over an hour. You're going the wrong way. Red is up here. Damn you, color blindness! Giant Apple says you should get the workshop mod that changes the monk sound to Wololo. If there's enough demand for it, sure. I feel like it might get annoying after some time, but perhaps. Well, hopefully orange is moving out or something, but perhaps it's a little bit too late to move out, as without yellow See, here's the thing. If they both attacked at the same time, I really think it would have just been GG. Because that means that red can't afford to do any raiding, and if red is forced to defend against yellow and he's not doing any raiding, then that's absolutely fantastic for you. Orange doesn't really have a chance to go out and attack right now, because if he does, he leaves his own base as sitting duck to these Elite Eagle Warriors. Orange is just too busy cleaning up all of Flatch's buildings for no reason. As Flatch says, they're innocent. He's gonna have a really hard time defending against these Elite Eagle Warriors. They're so very good against these trash units, the Hussars, the Elite Skirmishers, and the Halberdiers. They're gonna need champions or something to deal with this, and he doesn't have any of those. Oh god, now Orange has to pull back his Hussars. If no one's applying any offensive pressure on Red, then I think Red is able to win this game. They had their chance, but oh man, Orange sitting at the back. Well, actually, if he clears out those trebuchets, that's a star. These siege rams, these trebuchets not being escorted at all. Will Orange notice it? Check out the unit pathing, by the way. Beautiful. Please, for the love of God, kill these siege weapons. Or don't. That is fine, too. Well, the Eagle Warriors here trading incredibly efficiently, but I think they'll eventually die. Orange needs to drop off that relic. Well, I say that, but man, that's an efficient trade. Red, though, leaving all of his siege weapons mostly unattended. I think there was a brief opportunity there to clean them all up. Yellow still trying to make monks, which is cute, but it might not actually win the game. I think it's funny that actually Teal is one of the higher populations in this game, as no one actually finished him. Purple, down but not out. Okay, he's pretty out. He's actually running away again, and... well, we're gonna see another epic engagement, but oh geez, does Orange have anything in the bank? He has 2,000 gold! Orange, it's time! Champions, champions! Champions, and then archer counters, so some elite skirmishers, etc., versus the plumed archers, and then you just make some champions, you win the video game! Easy! Purple's like, well, at least I have friends. Nuts even asked, does taking out a farm count as a building kill? I believe it does count as a building raised, yes. Well, Red finally gonna deploy those siege weapons. Orange trying his best to engage, will be focus firing down the siege weapons, which I think is great, and yes, here comes the two-handed swordsman. For the love of God. Orange, you can win this game! You were reduced to basically nothing. Oh god, that'd be so rich. Orange really the underdog this game. I mean, he lost everything, but he did not give up. I have tremendous respect for the Dark Wolf Rises, and, well, every player in this game, of course. He's playing one hell of a game, and Yellow's here to back him up if they just push together. If they just push together. They can do it! Even gods bleed. Red is not undefeatable. Purple on the run. Rancor will not rest until he's destroyed every single purple villager. Well, I mean, I say that, but he actually just ran right past those. I didn't know that the Aztecs also got elite plumed archers. But with monks, anything is possible. A couple of those plumed archers going to get rallied in at the wrong time. Red desperate for gold. They're running out of gold mines on the map, so he does basically have to mine from this one, and this aggressive castle will be very, very difficult to deal with without any sort of trebuchets, and I don't even... okay, well, he can actually make a trebuchet from over here. No siege rams or trebs to deal with this yet, so Rancor will be able to mine a little bit of gold here for a short amount of time. Indeed, Vivi. Oh god, still believe in purple. That was a lot of flares. Are they gonna call it a game, really? Okay, that works too, because I'm about to collapse. Wow, Red's gonna resign. A little anticlimactic, but I do feel like Red was going to eventually lose. Really? And Yellow's gonna resign too. No last battle? What? You gotta do that last battle. I would have loved to have seen it. Could have... I don't know. I mean, I appreciate it because it means that we have more time for everyone else to play, I guess. But I would have liked to have seen that last battle. I hope that you guys don't mind. This is something I have absolutely no control over. So I appreciate it if you leave a like anyway, as it does help out a lot. Yeah, I mean, on one hand, this game is going to go on for a while. Who knows how long the Susi fight could have taken, and I'm gonna collapse. It's exhausting to cast the game for this long. Ugh. I still would have liked to have seen them go mano a mano, I guess, one last time, but I'm also glad, though, that Red and Yellow resigned. I mean, we can kind of imagine how it played out in our minds. Now it's up to Orange and Purple, the last two players remaining. In a way I never could have expected, somehow, Purple made it to the final two. And Orange gonna come out on top. I mean, I would say, though, that regardless, like, of whether or not they resigned, I really do think that Orange probably would have won in the end. So, yeah. Ah, they're both the best player. I'm a casual Star Wars fan of Ryan Pax, I suppose. I really, really enjoyed the last Star Wars movie. I thought it was great. Not a huge fan of the prequels, but I don't follow Star Wars religiously, but I've always enjoyed the movies and the games. Well, what are they gonna do now? Which one of them is gonna win? Or is Orange gonna finish the job? Is Purple gonna let him do the honor? Yes, I think that Purple will let him do the honor. What a good way to go out. Good guy, Purple will concede the rest of his villagers to Orange. Hopefully he doesn't run away. And Orange gets to get the last couple of kills of the game. Brenda Thorne says, any plans to play more Galactic Battlegrounds? Keep asking, and perhaps I might eventually do it. I think that there is... I'm not exactly sure how much demand there is for it, so that's why I encourage you to keep asking. Galactic Battlegrounds is one of the worst games to stream in existence. It's incredibly difficult to stream for a lot of technical difficulties, like the Fog of War renders really, really poorly unless you have a god-tier internet connection. It's really difficult to actually do any viewer games for that game because, you know, there are two types of people who play Galactic Battlegrounds religiously or people who have basically no experience at all. We can't do AI on Voobly because it just goes out of sync on Voobly for some reason, and we can't just play outside of Voobly because no one will be able to connect to each other, and then the the third-party full-screen mods aren't particularly reliable. Although I guess on GOG, right? Do they have a full-screen mod now? I don't know. If we're gonna play against bots, we can't do it on Voobly. And without bots, it's very difficult to actually balance the teams because everyone's going to be just the same default rating and we have no idea how good everybody is. And the Fog of War renders so very poorly, the video is almost unwatchable. So I might do some like single-player content to that. I mean, let me know if you would like to see me do something like Galactic Battlegrounds related for YouTube, for example. Like I could do a campaign maybe, I could do some standard games. Just really difficult to actually balance matches, I guess. But yeah, something I might do some more of. Wow, GG, well played, and congratulations, Orange, for winning in the end. Sorry, guys, for a little bit of the anticlimactic end, but I think we all could have imagined how that would have played out in our minds. And did we really want to watch them sissy fight to the end? Who knows? I still think, though, that Orange would have probably won in the end. I think he absolutely earned this victory. And, you know, even if the ending was a little bit disappointing for you, hopefully you enjoyed the rest of the game, and it was enough that overall it was an awesome experience. Yeah, rock solid. Everybody played this game extremely well. I really like Yellow's mass bonk strategy. That was incredibly fun to watch. And I'm really glad that Orange just didn't give up. He kept fighting until the bitter end, and as a result, he earned that victory. Well played! Purple, like, he had one hell of a game, I'm telling you. Mura winner 2016. Red the raid boss. Look at all those units killed. Basically, almost all of Yellow's units killed, besides some good Onager shots, were mostly just from converting units. Rancor says, are you kidding? I would have won? Okay, well, I mean, touche. I don't think it's fair for me. You know, you're right. It's not fair for me to discount you there. I think it would have been a tricky one, I guess. At least it would have boiled down to just you two fighting. I think that Orange could have at least fought with you until the bitter end. I actually don't know, honestly, who would have won in that case. So you're right, I shouldn't discount you there, as you were incredibly strong, and at least, like, the MVP for 99.9% of the game. As, yeah, you were the big threat, dictating the entire pace of the game, forcing everybody to ally against you, so you played one hell of a game, Rancor, and who knows, you might have been able to attrition Orange out. I think that's definitely a reasonable outcome. Or perhaps Orange with the secret champion technology is enough, who knows, and then... yeah, it would have been a slow game. Ah, what a long game. I might do it Ready Teddy. We'll see. But really, like, the last few times I streamed Galactic Battlegrounds, like, no one was watching and no one was actually interested in it. Like, Galactic Battlegrounds, I think, is one of those things, like, ridiculous settings. Like, Resonance, why don't you play in a free-for-all? Why don't you spectate, 4 people all co-opt on the same guy? I think Galactic Battlegrounds sort of falls into that same category where, I'm not saying where a lot of people who ask for it don't actually want it when it happens, or they want to enjoy it when it happens. I'm sure there are a lot of people who would actually like Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. They would find it entertaining to watch, but I think the majority of people who ask for it, like once they see it, they'd be like, oh, I actually have no idea what's going on. The quality of games are a little bit low. It's all pixely. That's not to say I won't do it. It's just that it's really, really difficult to do. I can't really think of a more difficult game to stream on Twitch besides maybe Stalin versus the Martians. But I might do it. And Mythology asks, have you seen the Emo Kylo Ren Twitter handle? Yes, I have. The Blackwin sent me and I thought it was hilarious. Now, the Blackwins is, of course, one of those guys who actually would really enjoy the Galactic Battlegrounds stuff. If I could do something offline, maybe like Galactic Battlegrounds off the stream, maybe that would be easier on me. Wow. What a game. Man, I'm like dead after that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this one as much as I did. It was a pleasure. As always, your feedback is appreciated, so feel free to leave a comment below, and if you leave a thumbs up, it's one of the best ways to support the channel. Whether it's this or just non-Aoe2 content or whatever I upload, it's a great way to show your support and make all the work I put in worthwhile. So thank you so much in advance. If you are looking for more Age of Empires stuff or content for other games, you can find all that in the video description below. I'll have links there to the African Kingdom Civ overviews, and then I have my live stream schedule on my Twitch page itself, so you just go there and you scroll underneath the video player to find out when I'm streaming next. As always, guys, I look forward to bringing you guys more awesome Age of Empires 2 content, as well as content for other games. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. The stream's not over. I will be playing either 1 or 2 more games after this, but I am going to take a short break to go grab a snack, use the restroom, grab a glass of water. So we'll be back in about 5-ish minutes, and then start the next drawing in the stream. So thank you so much for watching so far. Always a pleasure to have you, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. GG, well played. Congratulations, Orange, on your victory. Yeah, I think that either Orange or Red could have probably come out on top there. It's close.